you guys, welcome back to the channel. It is Friday night. Yes, TGIF, it is Friday night. I'm so happy to be off, guys. I've had a very long week. I think I told you guys earlier that this is audit time for me, my quarter audit, so it's just a lot of pencil pushing, a lot of numbers, paperwork. So it's been a really long week for me, guys, not to mention stuff going on in the office. But I'm so glad to be here tonight. I hope you guys had a wonderful week so far, and tonight I have another video for you. Tonight we're going to talk about ways to love ourselves. Ways to love ourselves. We talk about love a lot on this channel. We talk about loving ourselves. We talk about finding love and love of friends and different things like that. But we're going to talk about specifically ways to love ourselves. And I wanted to bring this video because I think it's important that we as women, we understand that love starts internally, and that in order to attract love, we have to be loved. So I wanted to talk about that, and I want to try to help women that have struggled like I have in my life, guys, who struggled with understanding what love is, understanding about self-love, and when you love yourself, it's certain things that you require and certain things you don't allow. And so we're going to just dig a little deep into that today. So if you're interested, just keep watching. I have a few things that I want to share that I feel would be great ways to express love to yourself. One of the things I believe is that you should get up every day and do something you love. Get up every day and do something that you personally enjoy and love doing. And it could be something as simple as getting up and watching the sunrise. Watching the sun come up in the sky and just bask in the warmth and the beauty and the glow of the sun. That is a beautiful way of expressing love. Just relaxing, being yourself, and having that as a sort of a quiet time just for you. Just for you. Some of the other things that I have tried, and I actually shared this on one of my videos that talked about spending time alone, and one of the things that you could do when spending time alone, and it was to start a journal. Well, this time I feel that you could start a gratitude journal. And within that gratitude journal, you could write down all the things that you're grateful for when it regards to yourself. The things that you're grateful for. We sometimes focus so much on the things that we hate, the things that have been ugly to us, that has hurt us, and that has been negative. Let's talk about the things that are good, the things that we're grateful to have in our lives. That is absolutely one way to express love to yourself. The next one I think is really great. Unplug from technology. I know that one is a hard one because I find myself sometimes coming home from work, guys, and if I leave my phone here and I may be late, say for instance it's lunchtime, and I be running a little bit late going back to lunch, have that little window of 10 minutes. It takes me about 7 minutes to walk. But, going down the elevator, maybe stopping, saying hello to somebody, sometimes that can take up a couple minutes. And guys, I'll get halfway there, and if I don't have my phone, I have to be late. I'm going back to get that phone. Sometimes it's good to unplug totally from technology. I remember one time I had to go somewhere. I'm trying to think if I went to the mall or something, and I had gotten on the highway, which was a little further than just being able to run back within 2 minutes, and I left my phone at home. And I thought I was going to absolutely lose my mind, guys. But when I got to the mall, I didn't turn around, but when I got to the mall and walked around, and I think they had some type of art show going on in the mall, and I walked around and I actually appreciated the art for the first time without hearing notifications from my phone or anybody calling me or wanting to check social media. And I walked around and I appreciated the art that I saw, and I thought that was a beautiful way. Not saying that's something I just do all the time, but when I got home and I reflected on it, I was like, wow, that was actually very nice. So sometimes it's a good thing to just unplug from technology and just spend some time with yourself, whether it's looking at an art gallery or reading a book or something, but just turn it off completely so you're not tempted to turn it on and check things. Another really good one is to make time to replenish yourself. You know, sometimes it's good to just have that special time with you and take a trip. You know, we're always like running with our friends, we run with our families and, you know, our besties and all of that. But sometimes it's just nice to just do it yourself. Take a day trip. I think it was 2 years ago, guys, that I actually took a birthday trip and I went to Little Rock, Arkansas, and actually did a video, and it's here on YouTube if you want to check it out. But I did a solo trip to Little Rock, Arkansas, guys, all by myself. And I had an amazing time, guys. I spent it. I was there, 3 days? I spent that whole entire trip just wandering the streets of Little Rock. I went to museums. I went to restaurants. I went to a market. They had like an inside market where they had flowers and, you know, food stands and, you know, things like that. I walked along the riverbank. They have this beautiful, awesome night. Well, the lights that they have on their rivers are just beautiful. They're different colors and, you know, neon colors of blues and greens. And I walked along the river at night and just had an amazing time. And sometimes it's just really good to do things like that just to replenish yourself and to realize that you can enjoy some time to yourself, just loving you. Oh man, this is one of my favorite, guys. I don't know if you guys know, but I love to dance, right? So one of the things I do on Saturday mornings, sometimes when I get up after I've done my exercising and I've gotten my, well, I'm not eating breakfast now since I've been fasting, but gotten my tea or coffee or whatever I was drinking, and sometimes I get in here and I turn the music on and I just dance around. I'll move the table back and I'll just dance around, have my windows open, and I'm not sure if my neighbors are looking or not, but I'll just dance around and I just have a good time. And it's just something about when your adrenaline is pumping and it just makes you feel good, makes you smile. And I think that's an awesome way of expressing love, just being happy, just expressing it from the inside out, guys. And it's a wonderful way of loving yourself. You know, sometimes you have to choose yourself, even if it means upsetting other people or disappointing other people. Sometimes we do things that we really don't want to do. And I think I had a video even in regards to this. But sometimes you have to choose you. Maybe it was that morning that you wanted to shampoo your hair, or you felt like you wanted to really deep clean your apartment or your home, and then someone asked you to go shopping or to go eat, and you already planned that weekend out. Sometimes you just simply have to choose you, even if it means disappointing other people. They understand that they really love you, but sometimes you just need that time to get the things done that you need to do for yourself, because sometimes we don't get a chance to do those things throughout the week, and we are looking forward to those days that we can catch up the things we need to without people pulling us in all different directions. Also, sometimes people want you to go out with them. You know, maybe it's an event going on, or maybe there's a party and you don't feel like going, you know. Sometimes it's okay just to say, hey, I'm going to sit this one out. Or if you go, and this happens to me quite a bit, guys, I'll go places with people, and usually a lot of times, I'm not going to say it's often, but when I do sometimes, maybe it's something I particularly don't like, but being supportive of my friend, and I'll go ahead and go. So sometimes I want to tip out a little early, guys. And it's absolutely okay to do that, guys. It's absolutely okay to tip out early and just go home. I'm not one of those that's going to close the place. You know, I like to get home. I like to be in my bed at a certain time, especially if it's a night that I got to work the next day. So sometimes you just choose you and just say, hey, I'm going to leave a little early. So I know on those days I need to drive my car instead of riding with somebody. I know that it's important to speak your truths. It's really important that we speak our truths. even when it's disappointing to others. Sometimes you can't swallow your words. You have to just be honest. And sometimes people will take that as you being mean. But the truth can actually set people free. And if you really care about someone, it is always important to just be truthful. Being truthful makes you feel better about who you are, because you don't have to feel that guilt of knowing you wasn't being honest. Loving yourself means living in your truth every single day, no matter who it disappoints. Because when you love people and people love you, they should want you to be honest all the time. You have to be. Now, y'all know this is an important one because that's what I've been doing lately. Give your bodies the nurturing that it needs. We got to stop neglecting our bodies, because in order to have this long life, this life of longevity, it's important that we nurture ourselves. And nurturing ourselves means internally as well as externally. That means you need to be putting in some good things. Putting in some good things that's going to help this body to stay strong and look good. You know, we got to eat right, guys. We got to start. It's good if you can start younger. But if you're at 50 now, it's a good time to start recognizing that in order for this machine to keep going, that we got to put some things in it that's going to make it continue to thrive. That's really important, guys. So I know it comes with a lot of discipline, but that's really important. Externally as well, finding something that suits you, finding your niche, by the way. You know, it may not be by the way of fasting. It could be, you know, yoga. It could be walking, running. It could be Zumba, aerobics, even weightlifting. But we have to find something that's going to keep this body feeling good and looking good and healthy. That is the main goal. Making sure you're healthy. One of the things that I talked about, I think in a video, and I can't recall the title, and it talked about affirmations. And I get in my bathroom mirror and I actually talk to myself. So guys, it's okay to compliment yourself. It's okay to tell yourself that you are beautiful. It's not being arrogant at all. It's not being vain. It's making you feel good. It lets you know that you love yourself by appreciating yourself. Appreciate what you look like. Appreciate who you are. And if there are things that you don't particularly like, do what you need to do to change it. Work on it. It's going to always be something that we want to improve upon. But it's important that we tell ourselves good things about ourselves and to tell ourselves that we absolutely love ourselves. That is very important, guys. Very important. We got to stop rehashing past mistakes. How many of us are guilty of that? Rehashing past mistakes, things that we messed up on, things we wish we could change, things we wish we could have done differently, relationships that have failed, friendships that we lost, whether it was your fault or the other person's fault. Rehashing negativity does nothing in helping you to love yourself. We have to accept it and release it. Forgive yourself. Left that out. Forgive yourself for whatever it is that you've done or someone has done to you. Release it and go on with life, because you cannot go on with life. You cannot understand what it means to truly love yourself if you're constantly beating yourself up over things that you have done in your past or things that have happened to you in your past. And I know firsthand how bad it could be. I know that it could be some absolutely horrible things that has happened to you or situations that you've been in. But guys, in order to go on, it's important that you have to let go. Let go and allow the new life that's out here to come to you, guys. Let the positivity migrate towards you, because the negativity and positivity cannot reside in the same space. Light and dark cannot reside in the same space. You have to let one of them go. And if you want the love, and if you want to feel love, and you want to be loved, you got to let go of rehashing all of that negativity that was once in your life. It's a new day. And after going through so many things in your past, you have to start using discretion when it comes to your heart. Being careful of the people that you allow within you. Being careful of the people that you allow in your life, in your space, in your heart. Use discretion. If things are showing you red flags, more than likely it is. If you're not a paranoid person that's always thinking things are negative, because there's a difference. There's some people who are absolutely paranoid. But if you're a relatively rational person, rational human being, and something doesn't feel good and it gets into your gut and the intuition is telling you this doesn't feel good, if it doesn't feel good, it's not good. If anything or anybody that comes into your life doesn't make you feel good at any point when you're getting to know them, guys, that is your gut, that is your intuition telling you this is not good. Trust it, guys. Use that discretion. We have to take responsibility for our experiences, whether they're good or bad. Take responsibility. Sometimes we mess up, guys. Sometimes we make wrong choices. We do. We're human. It happens. But we have to take responsibility for it. We can't blame other people. When you take responsibility for the things that you've done, and you ask for forgiveness if needed, and you forgive yourself for whatever it was, then go ahead and move on. Stop trying to find people to blame. Let's take responsibility for our experiences and our choices in life. If you don't, you're just going to carry the guilt continually. Take responsibility for it. Work out whatever you need to do with it to release it and move on. It was an experience. I have 2 more things that I want to share in regards to ways to love ourselves. Stop labeling yourself with other people's opinions. People are going to always have opinions of you guys. They're not going to always see you for who you are. People are judgmental. People are cruel. People are downright mean and evil. That's the world we live in. That is the world we live in. And when people are miserable, misery loves company. So people will try to make you feel bad because they feel bad. Don't believe the hype, guys. Don't fall for the okie doke, as the old generation used to say. Don't fall for it, guys. People that are lonely and sad and depressed need company. So they will try to make you feel bad. So when people try to label you and tell you who you are and what you're not capable of, guys, you have to stay away from that. That's negativity. Don't allow that in your life. Don't believe the thoughts and opinions of others. You know who you are. You know who you're trying to be. You know how you're working on yourself. It's just like in the comment section of my last video. I have somebody that comments, and I don't know if that's a male or female, but they comment regularly on my videos. And throughout my intermittent fasting journey, I was improving upon myself. I started that journey out with a 34-inch waist. I am now teetering on a 30-inch waist because when I uploaded the last video, I was at a 31. It's now at about almost a 30. And guys, someone had the audacity to put on there that I still had a belly. I never said I didn't have a belly to start with. I shared my journey to inspire other women who wanted to use that as the way to shed some pounds or to feel better. It's very positive. It was something done to encourage someone, to make them feel good. And someone wanted to make me feel bad about what I was trying to do. But when you know who you are, the opinions of other people don't matter, guys. You love yourself because I know I'm beautiful. Regardless of whether or not I don't have a 24-inch waist, I know that I'm a beautiful woman. I'm not only beautiful on the inside, I'm beautiful on the outside. It doesn't matter to me if someone else doesn't believe it as long as I do. So don't allow the labels and opinions of other people to stop you from loving you, guys. Don't allow it. And finally, this is my final one, I think. Yeah. Set boundaries. Set boundaries with everyone in your life, because people will overextend you. They will overextend your time. That could be your spouse. It could be your children. They could be your mom, your siblings, your friends. Set boundaries, guys. It's okay. We have our own individual lives, and we have things that we're aspiring to do just like each and every other individual. So you don't have to share every aspect of your life with every person. You have the right to reserve a little corner of your time just for you guys. To love yourself, to show love to yourself, to express love to yourself, to feel love, to know what it is to be loved. So that when love gravitates towards you, you can find it, guys. That is the only way you find love in life, is to become love. And we're running around here every day just with our heads bobbling like the little bobble doll, they put in the car windows, with so much going on, guys. And I know sometimes our lives will be hectic, but that's why you have to find that moment and that space so that you can love yourself. You can find those ways to love yourself. And it's unfortunate that, guys, I learned that late in life. I learned it later in life. So if I'm inspiring anybody that hasn't got to 50 yet, you got to start now, guys, so that you don't have to wait until you're here with me trying to do this. But if you are, it's never too late to start. And I just wanted to share that tonight. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful evening. It's kind of quiet. It's going to be a rainy weekend, so I'm probably going to just do YouTube videos this weekend. So this is one of maybe two. Sitting here, I'm drinking peppermint tea, and I know you guys saw that in the clip prior to the video, and that's one of the ways that I just kind of wind down my day. I get up in my favorite robe. I think I have that robe about 15 years, guys. And I light a candle, make it really dark and cozy. I sit in quiet, maybe listen to music, and have a nice cup of peppermint tea, green tea, or just different tea. That's how I love myself and show myself that. I am learning how to do that better and better every day, guys. Every day. I'm doing more and more of loving myself, because I have a hectic life, guys. So I have to carve out that little time for me. So I hope this video has been helpful. I hope that it has been motivational for you and entertaining. So you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I'll probably see you again this weekend. Remember, always peace and love. Love you guys. Thank you for all of the new subscribers and all of my faithful followers, all the subscribers, guys. Thank you for holding me down. Love you much, and I'll see you in the next video.